Demonstration Managing User Accounts. In this demo, you'll see how to use the Active Directory Administrative Center to manage user accounts. We're going to delete a user account, create a new user account, move the user account, view the Windows PowerShell history. Also, we're going to use Windows PowerShell to manage user accounts. We're going to find inactive user accounts, find disabled user accounts, delete disabled user accounts. First, Active Directory Administrative Center. We'll open that up, and what we want to do is go into the Managers OU, and we're going to find an account, specifically Ed Meadows, and we're going to delete his account. Pretty simple, right click, select delete from the menu. We decided that was a bad idea. Now we're going to add the account back in. So we selected new user, and we're rebuilding Ed Meadows' account. Notice it'll have a different SID, so technically it's not the same guy as when we deleted. Just something to be aware of. And he's back. Now we decided we want him somewhere else. We're going to move him, and there's a couple ways to do that. Right click, context menu, or on the right hand side, the tasks panel, you can select move from there. We want to move him to IT. Select OK, and sure enough, he's no longer in managers, and if we select IT, there he is. So using Active Directory Administrative Center, very straightforward. It's an easy to use utility, but a huge benefit. Notice the Windows PowerShell history down at the bottom, and everything you did in Active Directory Administrative Center is saved as PowerShell commandlets, which you can then copy and modify to your heart's desire to do whatever number of administrative related activities you need to do. So now we're going to transition over to PowerShell. We're going to run the integrated scripting environment with administrative credentials. First thing we're going to do, let's just kind of follow on here. We're going to create a PowerShell variable called logon date, and we're going to populate that with the output from the get date commandlet. Now notice by incorporating get date inside parentheses, we're effectively, that enables us to retrieve the attributes and methods from the get date object. We want to operate the add days method and specify how many days, in this case -30. So whatever it is 30 days ago, that's what's going to be in the logon date variable. So now that we have that populated, we're going to use the get AD user command. And notice we're using all sorts of tricks like the tab key. As soon as you type in just enough information for it to figure out what you're doing, you can hit tab to auto finish this thing. We're going to use get AD user with the filter command, and we want to retrieve those users who meet this criteria. Their last logon property is less than or equal to the value stored in our logon date variable we populated in the previous command. So by executing that, that gives us pretty much everybody, because these are test accounts and they haven't been used, whatever. So this retrieved everybody whose account hasn't been logged on in over 30 days. Next, let's use the get AD user command again to retrieve some information from AD users. We're going to use the filter to only retrieve those who are where the enabled property is not equal to true. In other words, any of those accounts that are disabled. So we're going to use that. We're going to retrieve those accounts. And what you see, there's basically 4 guys in the sales department. There's Eric and Dan and Harry and Jed. Plus there's a couple of system accounts. Well, we want to delete the invalid accounts, or the accounts who haven't been, or that are just the disabled accounts. So what we're going to do now is we're going to target the users in the sales OU. So we're going to use a search base switch to specify where we're looking. So we're looking in the sales OU. And in addition to that, we're also going to specify using the filter switch, enabled is not equal to true. In other words, we want all the disabled accounts from the sales OU. Now, we're going to use the vertical pipe symbol here, and this allows us to process the command on the left-hand side, and it sends effectively an object over to this command on the right-hand side of the pipe symbol, which in this case is the remove AD object commandlet. And we want it to just do it. We don't want to, have it ask us. We just want to do it without any kind of confirmation. So we're going to do a confirm false. And let's go ahead and execute that, and let's go verify. And to verify, we're going to run the original command where we just retrieve the users that are not enabled. And as you can see, the only two that are there are those two system users. The sales users are gone. Another successful demo. See you next time.